But I have 3 tables. So you're going to recreate this graphic organizer on your paper thinking about your masks. Now, since we've already critiqued our masks, we know what they look like. We took a picture on our computer and we discussed what everybody's comments about our masks were. That's the dominant element. What are the elements of art?
Texture, form, line, value, shape, or color.
You guys are so smart. And it's on the wall. So we found the dominant element in everyone's mask. You're laughing with me, not at me.
No.
We found the dominant element in everyone's mask. The elements are easy. They're the tools that we use to create the principles of design being. What are the principles of design?
Contrast, balance, emphasis, unity, and rhythm.
Okay, so we're going to start with this graphic organizer by listing our dominant element. Think back to your mask and the element that was put, the sticky notes put all around it. What did most of them say? If you had 10 sticky notes around your mask and 6 of them said color, what was your dominant element?
Color.
Color. So then you have to think about what you did with color to create a principle of design. What are the principles of design?
Rhythm, balance.
Okay, so if you had, let's take Matt's mask. Matt's, one of his dominant element was color. But what was his principle of design that he created with color? I think when we look at contrast, you are so smart. When we look at Matt's mask, we saw that yellow and those bright colors with the black eyes, right? And that opposite, you're fine. The opposite of the black with the color created a sense of contrast that stood out on his mask, right? So that's how Matt used color to create contrast. That's how Matt used an element of art to create a principle of design. So go to your 1, 2, 3s. Look at your graphic organizer. You're going to recreate it on here. And you're going to have to decide, if your dominant element was texture, then what principle did you create? But the person next to you has a dominant element, and what principle did they create? You have to see if you can find someone in your group that shared a principle. So in Matt's group, if someone else was able to create contrast with their element, then you would put them next to each other because you're going to share a principle. So go to your tables, look at your graphic organizers. Your circles and squares do not have to be perfect. We're just going to draw them on here, all right? Every table has a graphic organizer. Let's get this started.
Which table are you?
Stay here, I'm going to decide where to put you, all right?
Where
There's 1 and 2 and 3. I'm going to turn the lights on.
What was your,
Oh, my favorite.
4 there. There's 4 here and 3. So you come over here with me.
so do we have to write on here first?
Okay, so you guys talk this out. You're going to have 4, so you'll need 4 circles, and you can put them close
Draw
and
it.
overlap, or you can flip it over and make them smaller.
Do you need help?
How big will they be if you're going to have 4? Your circles you draw. Okay, so
pretty
get
narrow.
those started. You know you're going to need 4 circles across here to start with everyone's name in
Why
it
don't you-
and their dominant
Yeah, why
element.
don't you write it out and then draw a circle around it?
So write in the person's name in each one, and then you're going to have to tell her what your dominant element was. Are you looking for anything?
Yeah,
So you'll need 4 circles with everyone's name in it. What was your dominant element, lady?
Right.
Okay, so draw 3 more circles.
I'm better at handwriting anyway.
Yours was texture.
Okay, who was your Bria? Wait, no, we have to figure out.
Yours was shape. Good job. Yours was shape. So you 2 shared shape as a dominant element. You 2 shared texture as a dominant element. So in your texture, what principle were you able to create? Think of your mask. You were able to create contrast. What did you create?
contrast.
You created contrast.
Hey, there's a
So you can put your name right here. I know. Okay, so you name together. You can do that.
Really great shapes on hers.
And then in between them,
Yeah, it was in between. Would be contrast.
would be contrast.
Oh,
and then
I see
you'd
the
write
texture.
texture in the circle.
I'm sorry.
Nick, what was yours? Do you remember? Because your circle's next.
And I'll write this.
Unity and
So shape was your dominant element.
I'm just, going with it.
Good.
Going with the
Kyle, what was yours? Do you remember?
I do.
Good. And what did you do
What
with
other
color?
element?
What did you create? What principle
someone
of
else
design
like
did
that?
your color create?
input.
Think back
Of
to those
maths?
sticky notes that
Yeah.
were on your
Shape.
maps.
Shape.
Can you guys
Because
pick
it was
Kyle's
just
maps? What did it
Yeah.
look like, Kyle? What color?
Oval.
See what you
It
get.
was like that.
His had the beak. It was the really three-dimensional thing. So if he used color, what did he do with color to create a principle of design?
Contrast.
He did make contrast. Good. What else did he make?
Okay, so
Did he have any unity in his mask? Unity in his mask. Good job, Zoe. All right. So who else? Zoe, did you have unity in your mask?
I think I did.
How would you have had unity in your mask, Zoe?
weird debris, right?
It's different.
Did you have
Okay, princess.
similar colors on similar parts? Did you have opposite colors on opposite parts?
What was your main?
Yes, we do. So what additional elements were in your mask, Lainey?
Fuzzy. Texture.
Line was in there. That's an element.
Well, color. You pointed out my
So
color.
wait, what? Principle were you sharing here?
Yeah, think about that before you draw it. And who would you
I
share
got
with?
this.
Good job. Thank you for being leader on that. So yours was line and hers was shape. Did you both create contrast? Did you both create balance? Was there any unity? Did you have similarities in which principle would it fall? You have to talk to Zoe about it to see where she ends up. So actually, you're going to have to talk to Nick because you two now have to discuss something that you created that is a principle of design. And you're going to have to explain to Nick what yours was, and he'll have to explain, and you have to come to an agreement on that.
So just do line and color up here.
No, you put something that yours had itself. I mean, if it had line and color.
I had color.
Yeah, laughing with me at me.
Which one was yours again?
I can go get it.
What would you say is another?
Dayton, what does yours look like?
That alien
So what
looking
other
one
elements
really
were?
messed up.
Oh, just the flat.
What
It's like
other
this.
elements?
Yeah.
It was like that.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, I'll do mine
Sticky
next.
notes, what other
I have
elements?
One side of the face
Interesting
was
shapes
bigger
and
than the
shape
other.
you found. Right, so let's put that one on there. What other things would you say? The bow, so that was a shape. Zoe, good job.
Dominant. Just like a little bit.
Look at it for a long time.
There you go, Bria. You happy? Okay.
When you look at it,
Other
look here, and the blues.
No,
and
I think
nothing.
the biggest. Take up. Which one was yours?
What did value mean again?
Pick another one, Bria. I don't know.